Good morning children, welcome to the online class. Today we will be starting a new chapter, that is chapter 9, networks and introduction. So in this chapter we will be discussing about the definition of the networks, features of the networks, networking media. So what is network? So we all are aware about the network. We have seen different types of network, cable television network, mobile networks, internet networks and so on. So here in this we will be discussing about the computer networks. So a computer network can be defined as a group of or interconnections of two or more devices enabling the communication with each other. If more than two devices are interconnected, two devices, if I connect my mobile phone to the computer, or if I connect mobile or two computers, two or more than two devices are connected with each other for the communication, it is termed as computer network. So why do we use a network? Networks are used to share data and hardware resources. Data sharing means we share the different types of information. So we know the Facebook is also a network of social network. We can communicate with the different peoples, we can interchange our information, ideas, pictures, images, videos and so on. So also we can share the important informations and data. And another hardware. Hardware resources means all the hardware components of the computers can be shared. So if I have my one printer and if I have three machines which is using that particular printer, I can share it through the network and the three computer can use the printer, one single printer. So I don't have to buy the three different printers. So here resources implies the hardware peripheral connected to the different computer systems. So hardware resource means all the hardware components which are connected to the computer, such as printer, scanners, speakers, headphone and so on. The computer on the network may be connected through the cables, telephone lines, radio waves or even satellites. So these are the different mediums through which we can communicate through the network. Through the cables also we can, so you must have seen the network cables, coaxial cables, connecting wires at the back of the computers, telephone lines. Through telephone line also we can create a network, through the radio wave, Wi-Fi networks and all through the radio waves, and even through the satellite signal with the help of the dish antenna. So internet is the largest worldwide computer network. So international network, it is also called international network also. It is one of the largest network which interconnects the computer network, enabling a data and other informations to be accessed. So different computers, the different group of network of the computers are connected with each other. Computers are connected with each other in order to form the network, and different networks are connected with each other to make the internet. So internet is the single largest worldwide computer network which interconnects other computer network, enabling the data and other informations to be exchanged. So let us take an example of the network in the school lab. So you must have seen the hub at the side of the school lab. So you have done the different examinations, online examinations through the network computers. More than one computer system might be connected to one single printer. So if you give one print command from any of the computer, if they are in the network, you can take the printout from any computer. So there is a simple network where the data as well as resources are stored. The main functions or the main uses of the network is for sharing the data and hardware resources. Now features of network. So we will be discussing about the features. So what are the different characteristics? How can we identify the different types of network? A computer network is the interconnections of two or more devices through the links or cables. So with the help of the cable or through the links we can communicate the computer with each other, interconnect the computer with each other. So it is the network. The link established communication pathway for data transfer and sharing between the devices connected on the network. With the help of the cable, we can transfer the information from one devices to another. Computer or devices connected on the network are termed as nodes or workstation. So, server and client. Nodes means if the computers are connected with each other in order to share the data, so the two computers are termed as nodes or workstations. So, let us discuss some of the characteristics of computer network. So, the first characteristic is data and resource management. So, with the help of the network, we can manage the data and also the resources. Computer networks allows sharing of informations or data and the hardware resources, leading to the increase of productivity in a cost effective manner. So, leading to the productivity, it will leads to productivity in a cost effective manner. Cost effective manner means in a minimum cost. That means if you have 10 computers in the lab, computer lab or in an office, and only you do not need to buy 10 printers for each and every computer, you can use one computer, you can use one printer for the 10 computer if your computers are there in the network. So, the cost of buying the 10 printers had been reduced to one printer. Next characteristics is the topology. Topology is the arrangement of computer in the network. What type of arrangement, how are you keeping the computer in a network? Topology of the network refers to the physical arrangement of the computer system. In other words, network topology refers to the diagrammatic representation of network arrangement, whether you will be keeping as in a circular form, whether you are keeping in a line form, or whether you are keeping in the star formation. So, that different formation with the layouts, that is called topology, where different nodes or devices are connected with each other through the different lines of communication. So, topology means the arrangement or the layout. So, second is the layout can also be identified as one of the characteristics. The third one is architecture. The network architectures refers to the functional and organizational arrangement of the network. So, how it is done, whether one server or different nodes or clients are there, or we can communicate with each other peer to peer, 1:1. So, this type of arrangement, whether the functional and organizational arrangement of the networks depending on the cable or the protocol used in the data transfer, the hardware peripheral attached to the software used and so on. So, what type of hardware, how they are connected to the peripheral devices. So, whether the rights are given to use the peripheral devices or not. So, all these are termed as the architects. So, architects is also another characteristics of computer network. There are two types of network architecture classification. So, generally there are two types of network. One is peer to peer networks, and another is client server network. Peer to peer means 1:1. Peer to peer and client server network. Client server means the server, one will be dedicated as a server and other will share the resources of that particular server in the different machine. Peer to peer means the server is not there. Same thing can be said, my machine, I can share the information of my machine to another machine and I can get the information from that machine too. So, equally can be said 1:1. So, that is the peer to peer. Now, another characteristic is the protocol. Protocol means set of rules that governs the transfer of data. The network protocol is a set of predefined rules and guidelines which regulates the communication between the network device. How they are connected with each other, that rules, the defined rules or guidelines are called protocol. With the help of the protocol, the interconnected devices on the network identify each other and establishes the communication link. So, with the help of the protocol, internet protocol you must have heard about, hypertext transmission protocol you must have heard about it. So, different types of protocols are there. The protocols helps you to identify each other to establish in the communication lines. It also enables to send and receive the data across the network, send and receive the data across the network. Some example of network protocols are transmission control protocol or TCP, internet protocol or IP, or hypertext transfer protocol called STTP. So, these are the different types of protocols. So, these are some of the characteristics of the networks. So, two types of architects are there, peer to peer network, client server type networks, and also the different types of protocols are there, internet protocol, hypertext transmission control protocol and TCP protocol. So, now we will discuss about the networking media. So, the media, how that particular networking can be done, what are the different devices which are used. So, that will be discussed, that is termed as the third topic is today which we will be discussing is the networking media. So, you have understood about the definition, you have understood about the features, now we will be discussing about the networking media. When two or more computer is connected, there must be a dedicated path of data transmission. The transmission medium of data cable through which the data travels to and fro from the sources and the destination. The main component of the networks are the client, server, connecting device, network card and the different transmission mediums like radio transmission, wire transmission. So, these are the medias, different medias are used. Now, what is a client? So, as we have discussed that in a network, a client system connects and access the remote computers or server to use its data or resources. So, like in the restaurant you have you go to the restaurant, you have a menu over there, you will give the order, that menu will be taken inside, that will be processed and whatever you have ordered it comes there. The processing takes place inside and the output are there. In this client also, the client will place the order to the server and server taking the order processed it and it will give back to the client. So, client is the machine through which you can get the information from the server. So, in this network, a client system connects and access the remote computer, that is server, to use its data or resources. For example, when your system searches for any information on the internet, your system is acting as a client. So, when you want to get the internet information from the internet, that means you are referring to some web server to get the information. So, you become a client. Server is a computer where all the informations are stored and from there we can access it. So, another media is the server, client server. A server is a single computer or two or more computer that respond to the request made by the client. So, when the client place the order to get some information in the server computer, it analyzes, it processes and it should give back the thing. So, that is called the server computer. When there is a request from the sharing devices or resources for the sharing data or resources like printers, scanners and any other network device connected to the network, the server connects with the request sender, accept the request and respond by the serving the request. So, the request will be solved by the server computer. Another medium which we required, another media or medium which we required in the network is the connecting device, through what they will connect with each other. So, there should be some hardware components. Multiple devices like computer, printers, scanners are interconnected within a network using the communicating devices. Communicating devices are used to connect the different devices, hardware devices in the computer. Some commonly used connectivity devices are modem. You need to have a modem, you need to have a switch, you need to have a hub, you need to have a router. So, these are the router, switch, hub, modem are the connecting device. Next one is the network interface card. NIC, network interface card is a built-in hardware card in the computer motherboard. The network interface card acts as intermediary points between the computer connected on the network and the network itself. So, when you have to connect the computer through the network, at the back you see one small port, small hole through which you can insert a cable. So, that port there, the hardware which is there is called NIC, network interface card. where we can plug the wire of the network. So, NIC is also known as the network interface controller, network interface controller card, expansion card, computer circuit board, Ethernet card, network card, LAN card, network adapter, or there are so many names of this particular NIC. Now, the next one, the next media or medium is transmission media. How can we transfer the data from one computer or one device, one nodes or one client to another client, or from server to client? So, there should be some media. In a computer network, network media refers to the data cable used for the communication purposes by connecting the various nodes of the computer. So, one way of connecting the medium through which the data and information can transfer is through the cables. It is the path over which the information travels from one computer to another. So, one computer to another computer, the information travels through the network with the help of the cable. So, transmission and network media is classified into two categories. One is wired, another is wireless. Wireless medium you must be knowing, Wi-Fi is a wireless medium, isn't it? Wired also you must be knowing, cable wires, telephone wires. So, what is wired network? The term wired refers to any transmission medium consisting of physical cables or wires. For example, when you are using the cables for LAN connection, it is a wiredness. When you are connecting the network with the help of the wire, that is called the wired network. Wireless network, the term wireless refers to the method of data transmission where the medium is radio frequency waves or broad spectrum of electromagnetic wave. So, if you are not using the wires in order to do the transmission, data transmission in a network, it is called wireless network. Wireless network does not use wires for data transmission, but uses the radio frequency wave. For example, accessing the internet from your mobile phone using the data card is a wireless transmission. So, these are some of the transmission media, wired and wireless transmission, and here in this particular topic, in this networking media, we have discussed about the client, server, connecting device, network interface card and transmission media, and also we have discussed about the definition. So, this much for today. Thank you.